Happening, baby. Jay Graham in this bitch. Holding it down, Palm Beach County, baby. You already know 568. We in this bitch, nigga.
Up here, Jay Graham just kicked down the door, man. Jay, what's up, bro?
Same old, bro. Trying to maintain, man. I forgot I had the interview. My dog had this bitch turned. God damn, baby. We're just trying to maintain, bro.
That's what it's all about.
Trying to grind on my mom.
So go ahead and give us introduction, man. The who, the what, the where, and the why, man. You know what I mean? Let everybody know.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like I said, my name is Jay Graham. I was born in Queens, New York. When I moved here when I was 12.
What part of Queens?
Queens Village. Yeah, Queens. I was born in Queens Village, and I moved here when I was 12 in West Palm Beach, Florida. Grew up here, you know what I mean? I used to hoop. That was my main shit, to hoop, you know what I mean? And then a whole bunch of shit happened. Got into some trouble and shit, and then I met my nigga JD. It's crazy how God works, you know? So I met my nigga JD, was doing it. You know, I'm 38, bro. You feel me? So I'm getting older, bro. This music shit about to come to a halt for me. You know what I mean? So I've been kind of stopped fucking with him. I got back into hooping. My nigga JD hit me up, was like, nah, bro, you got talent, bro. You know, you had a nigga that believed in you. You feel me?
You gotta have that.
You got a nigga that really believed in you. You feel me? So I got back on the music. And then I had kids and shit, so I do comedy skits as well, man. You know, I do little comedy skits. I host a show in Italy.
Okay.
You know, I host a show in Italy and shit like that. I model. I do everything, man. I'm just trying to stay busy, boss.
Keeping the hustle, keep the hustle going,
man. Just trying to keep the hustle going, man.
So you got a business, like how you doing all this?
I mean, it's really more so under the table. I get paid for the shit in Europe that I do through Italy, but most of the skits I do is just off the strength. You know what I mean? I get paid sometimes some people want me to do skits for them. I get a couple dollars for that shit, you know what I mean? But it's just off the love of the craft, you know what I mean? But I hope to make bread off of it, but...
You gotta get a company.
Do I have a company?
You have to get a company.
Yeah, you're right.
Get a company, and then your skits are under the company. Now the company can offer what it's going to cost for them to license the skit. It's like, see, I was in porn, you know what I'm saying?
In the porn?
I graduated from Luther Campbell University.
No shit.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, Luther Campbell. Shout out.
Yeah, I graduated.
Shout out.
I didn't graduate from high school, or did I go to college? But I did attend Luther Campbell University. Okay, and understanding Luther Campbell University, understanding what Luke had all the beginning was intellectual property by his name was everything. Luke Records, Uncle Luke, everything. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, the breakdown of having a business, and we had this kid, Adam Barris, who was doing crazy club chicks, okay, and he was selling his each 5-minute performance of sexual endeavors. Each one he was selling for $5,000 to each platform.
But sex sells, bro.
But it don't make a difference. That was back then. Right now, content is king.
True.
So the fact that you're doing content, there's a platform that will take it if it's in a company form.
Absolutely, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna cap with you, OG. I'm gonna be 100 with you. It take money to make money. You feel me? And I got 4 kids. My daddy died a couple years ago. I'm taking care of my mama, so I ain't gonna lie to you. You feel me? That's what slows me down.
I understand. You know, that's why Flood the Block is here. If Flood the Block is here, you can tell me those stories, but Flood the Block is here.
Absolutely.
So that means you got support.
Absolutely.
So it ain't nothing to just sit down and say, let's put this together today, right now, for this 30 minutes. You understand? That's all that is. You know what I mean? I'm going to break it down to its simplest form. You can't tell me anything.
No, I know you know, OG. I already know you, feel me? I'm going to take all the wisdom. I always sit back and let the OG speak. Yeah, I know you know. I'm just telling you from my story.
Now, I understand.
You know,
everybody it has the different elements of what they go through the cycle, but when you prioritize and understand what is your priority, which is your family first, what you're saying, but at the same time, you got to be able to create that foundation and that generational wealth.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what entails. That's why I never had no kids and no wife until I can create generational. I'm honest with myself.
Absolutely.
52 years old, you know what I'm saying? I'm just out here living until I can understand to be able to put it right. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You gotta be honest with yourself.
Absolutely.
And you gotta have self-control.
I ain't gonna lie to you, OG. I got nobody to blame but myself.
No blame.
I wasn't planning on having none of these kids, to be honest with you.
But you gotta understand.
They here now, and I just had to take care of them.
What you have is called the gift of God. Because anything that you can create is a gift of God. So it's about understanding how to be able to nourish and build these entities into foundations as well. Like when you look at sports and look at different endeavors, right now I'm 52. So with the music, what's been the process right now? This strip, what's going on with that?
Me and my dog made it. We just made it, a couple months ago, and we just been pushing it. You know what I mean? I still got to get visuals. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't got no visuals with it. You know what I mean, OG? I ain't gonna lie, I love the music, OG, but music is expensive. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how I got into the comedy, because you got to think, you take a song, right? You got one song, and I love my craft, don't get it wrong, I'm not doubting myself. You take a song with studio time, the beat, promo, you spending almost a stack on a song that might just go
$1,500 a song. For a great song, for an average great song, you should spend $1,500. That's what I would say.
You know what I'm saying?
Anybody spending under $1,500, I call those demos. You gotta call them what they are, you know what I'm saying? Because, but at the same time, when you building a catalog with playlisting, do it really matter at that point? Think about it.
I just feel it go back to take money to make money. You feel what I'm saying? Like $1,500. You're right. So a song I'll take, if I don't have $1,500, I gotta throw that bitch under the rug.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? It's like I'll put $1,500, but my kids want shoes.
Right.
I gotta get this for them. Do I put my money on a song, or do I get my kids their shit? I get my kids their shit, and that's what happens. So that's where the comedy come in at, because I could get me a little wig for $10. I could get me a little mustache for $7 and just use my talent and move from there. That's how the whole comedy skit came. It actually came when I was fucking with my kids one day, and I put a video up. That just got like 10,000 views, a bunch of shit. I'm like, God damn, people into that.
But the thing is, if you have a company, now they got to talk to their company to get to you. So that's the money. That's where the money coming at. So now you're not just giving up your intellectual property. Now you're licensing. So every time, it's like, that's what publishing, that's what royalties is about. It's like when you own your own, you have your music copywritten, you have all this stuff, you don't outright sell it. You license it to these people and allow them to put it on their platforms for a percentage split. And now you getting money for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Like, I'm gonna tell you, going back in the days, Uncle Al used to make records, so he'll just take the album and just give it to Joe Boy Records, and they'll give him $60,000. And I'm like, but what about the publishing? What about the rights? He's like, man, they take care of all that shit, man. I'm good. I got these 60, you know.
But let me ask you, OG, did they have a name already when they gave him that $60,000, or did they just say, "Oh, these some dudes off the street"?
Nah, that was not.
They had a
he was
name.
signed. Joe Boy Records is a legitimate record label that's out here.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But that's the option that, this is our problem as people, right? We need money. So you could make this dope ass bottle right here, right? And this motherfucker's the shit. But because you need money, you gonna sell it at a need money price. And you gonna just sell it. You just gonna give it away. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother Jay Lash, he a photographer. He sold a picture outright for $10,000 that eventually sold for $10 million. One picture. Right now I'm dealing with all the bass artists. When they signed their contracts back in the days, they was popping. They was making so much money doing shows, and that shit was so hot that when their contracts came, they just signed record contracts that was stacked with publishing details and everything. And like they're publishing like certain elements when they did contracts. It said after 30 years you can get your royalties back. After 50 years you can get your royalties back. But they got this shit, I can't even pronounce the word because I ain't graduated from high school. It's a big ass word that means forever. That's in it. You know what I'm saying? So none of these people get their royalties. And I'm talking about, there's probably only Disco Rick. There's probably only a select few people that still get royalties from songs they wrote back then. And like back then, like I just did 50 years of hip hop before I did with Gigolo Tony, Prince Raheem, Young and the Restless, DBS&P. Each of them, when their record was out, and at its peak was selling way more records than anybody in New York or the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's what we wanted people to understand. We talk about 50 years of hip hop and not introducing and talking about Miami bass. It's disrespect to us.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like we have to be able to tell the people that though, because if we don't know that, we don't rep that, then who gonna care? Who gonna know?
Yep.
You know, the first black radio station in South Florida was in Fort Lauderdale. It was called WRBD. It wasn't 99 Channel.
It was 99 Channel.
You You see what I'm saying? It was WRBD.
I ride by that bitch every day.
Station. That motherfucker was the AM station, and we rocked out the AM every day. Like, nigga, that's all we ain't know was nothing else. I mean, yeah, you could turn the Hot 105, but this shit sound clear. That shit sound. But EDR was bumping that shit. They was playing the shit that we wanted to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro.
And you know, it's like even now, 99 Jams is in Broward. It ain't in Miami.
Nah, right up to 95.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's no black stations in Miami no more. It's killing the economics. When there was 99 Jams in Okalaka, which is a black city, everybody got on. From Luke to Slip and Slide, everybody, Pretty Ricky, Pitbull, everybody got on when 99 Jams was in Miami.
But you see what you're saying, the OG, I feel in that generation is different. Because one thing I can say, man, coming from New York, seeing different states do it, Florida, we don't really stick together like that. We don't fuck with each other like we do. Like your generation, niggas will come up together, but now
I'm gonna tell you,
it's more of a dog-eat-dog work.
People say that.
I've seen it though.
Nah, but still, people still click together.
It's true.
Us 5 people could click, and we don't gotta fuck with them niggas over there. But us 5 click.
Absolutely.
That's what it is.
But I'm just saying, it's rare for the culture though.
Nah, but it's not though.
Niggas start to get jealous.
But it's not.
Niggas start feeling okay. He doing.
People don't realize Miami is big as it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like this place right here. This place right here. This poor boy, the strong arm. The same people that started it is the same people that's here right now. He's one of the original people that was here in 1998. He's still here. You see what I'm saying? Their whole group is still here. They don't gotta fuck with everybody, but they able to help enough people that can't nobody say nothing about, and that's what it's all about.
But you said from 98.
But I'm telling you, it's like right now, if all 4 of us come up with a plan to stick to it and rock it out, and niggas is mad at us because we did it, but we made money. But we can throw this party for y'all, we can give this stuff away, and then pretty soon motherfuckers gonna be like, yeah, we might not like them niggas, but they be looking out. So it don't make a difference. You know, we do what we got, and that's the point. I be hating when people tell me what other people say. Fuck what other people saying, bro. Change the narrative.
It's true.
That's the only way life going to change. When somebody telling me some shit that other people say, that means you ain't got too much to say. You like when I no disrespect to Hebrew Israelites, but when I try to reason with a Hebrew Israelite, they just gonna keep reading from the Bible. So there's no reason for me to have any type of reasonable conversation with this dude because he's reciting what I'm saying and reflecting back to the Bible to give me. You see what I'm saying?
Riled up because them boys ready. Them boys ready to fight.
Right, but there's no, we can't reason because you're just gonna go keep referring to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And I used to watch people have conversations or arguments with them. That's what I understood. I said there's no real argument with them because they're gonna keep referring to the Bible. They're not gonna use their own common sense and reason with you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like out here in this game, there's so many people that are successful that are not successful. You understand? They just don't tell you or show you, or it's not being seen. You know, but the narrative they want to show you is like, nah, everything's fucked up. No, it's not. Look at this concert rolling out. Look how many motherfuckers he's here. Look at the demographic of the people that are here. You understand? How is shit fucked up? You tell me. So this is what I'm telling you. You gotta understand that. All of y'all gotta understand that. If everybody really understood the history of hip hop and how it's important to understand 50 years of hip hop, August 11, 1972, that this culture, not even about the music, this culture, because I grew up in the culture. I ain't graduated from high school. I listened to hip hop. Rakim said self-esteem make it seem like the thought took years to build. I say, ooh, that sounds like confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
EPMD said total chaos, mass confused, and rhyme so hypnotizing that it's causing an illusion. That means it's like, oh, a nigga can make a rhyme fuck up a nigga head.
See, you a true OG. I mean, to cut you off, you a true OG that listens to music because this era, nobody knows Rakim, EPMD. We know from, because y'all paved the way, but this era don't know that music, Rakim. It's more so this era is a hard beat, nice hook, you got to hit. It ain't about bars anymore. These kids don't want to hear bars.
But listen,
you try to play some ether in this club down in South Beach. Niggas just gonna be at the wall,
look at
the bar.
Look at the results of it. There was no #1 songs this year for black music.
That's crazy.
It's not crazy. It's
Nah,
because
that's
of what
bullshit,
we're
OG.
talking about. It's because of what we're talking about. Without a foundation, you have no future.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So the more people that we can make understand and grab the foundation, people getting caught up with the phone, people caught up with these situations. It ain't nothing that got to do with the world at all. It's people. It's people and they programming. They've been colonized to the point where they just following. Like I could tell you something and then you could tell him and tell that person, and now that becomes the truth.
Oh, yeah.
That becomes the truth because that's what was said, but that doesn't mean it's a fact.
It's not. It's not.
But we got to understand these things. We cannot just take these things from social media and say that they are facts. Because there's a difference between facts and truth. Truth is what somebody says. Fact is what happened. Fact is what is.
But again, OG, I mean, you cut you off. It's just a different era. This era, you got to think. A person will wake up. They'll pick before they go wash their ass and take a piss. They'll go to look at. I mean, cut you off. Before they go wash their hands and take a piss, they roll over to check my social media. You wake up, you're looking at this shit.
I do too. That's the first thing I do when I turn my phone. And I look at my text to see if any money came in on Cash App.
But you are OG. You got coming. You got coming.
You know what I'm saying?
The Cash App first. You got to get to the bread first.
It ain't nothing like waking up to a text like that. What's that text say?
That's a different mind, bro.
Oh, but that lost the motherfucking mic trying to figure that thing out.
Tell other people to do the same thing. Listen.
It's true.
Stop thinking and listen. Because a person is telling you all their business, especially an old motherfucker that don't understand what they do.
Sure.
They gonna tell you everything. That's why I talk to girls first and then try to have sex with them. Because if you just talk to them and kick it with them, be their friend, you like, why you ain't got no dude? So what kind of dude you like? No, because I like guys like this and da 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 da. You like, true. All right. And about 2 weeks later, you come with, boom. Oh, thank you. Damn.
Yeah.
Boom. She don't even realize that she just told you everything in the fucking conversation. She gave you the game.
There's got to be a balance, though, OG. That shit got to be a balance.
I'll come get you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, motherfuckers got to use their brain. Telling people, use your senses. Y'all have to use the shit that God gave you and quit using this shit the crackers is telling you to use.
But you know what the problem is, OG? You say you got to listen. And everything you put, you giving me game. You get what I'm saying? But in this world, if you don't speak up, people think you soft and you push it like he's a run over. So I'm going to listen, but at the same time, my papa always told me, closed mouth don't get fed. You better speak up, boy.
It's not about, listen, that's two different functions. It's two different functions. I'm telling you, what did I tell you? The man said, I don't know how much candy is there. I want you to count it and then you tell me.
Right.
And I said, okay, I got it. I'm going to do it right now to ensure him he's going to leave and he's not even going to worry about it. I'm a professional thief.
You
understand?
Over.
I'm a professional thief because I steal and people don't know that I stole it because I'm listening to you. And I'm understanding how to do things based off of what
you telling me, and you just watching everything, listening to everything.
You understand? It's probably only a select few people that still get royalties from songs they wrote back then. And like back then, like I just did 50 years of hip hop before I did with Gigolo Tony, Prince Raheem, Young and the Restless, and GBSOP. Each of them, when their record was out and at its peak, was selling way more records than anybody in New York or the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we wanted people to understand. We talk about 50 years of hip hop and not introducing and talking about Miami bass. It's disrespect to us.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like we have to be able to tell the people that though, because if we don't know it, if we don't rep that, then who's gonna care? Who's gonna know?
Yeah.
You know, the first black radio station in South Florida was in Fort Lauderdale. It was called WRBD. It wasn't 99 channels. You see what I'm saying? The channel was WRBD. And that was an AM station. That motherfucker was the AM station, and we rocked out the AM every day like nigga. That's all we ain't know was nothing else. I mean, yeah, you could turn the Hot 105, but this shit sound clear. That shit sound. But EDR was bumping that shit. They was playing the shit that we wanted to hear. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's like even now, 99 Jams is in rock and reason with you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like out here in this game, there's so many people that are successful that are not successful. You understand? They just don't tell you, oh, it's not.
Nah.
Look at this concert rolling around.
Yeah.
Look how many motherfuckers is here. Look at the demographic of the people that are here. You understand? How is shit fucked up?
No, you're right, OG. I just feel, like you said, 4 of us, we hungry. I just feel when it comes to Florida, like look at them Atlanta niggas. I don't really care for them, but look at them Atlanta niggas. And Cali niggas. When they get them moving, bro, and they put niggas on that don't even really rap. Hey, bro, you sell dope. Lil Baby ain't even rap. Lil Baby just said the nigga, Lil Baby used to come into the studio and take everybody money for shooting dice.
All that stuff happened everywhere. Same thing.
Because the niggas believing in you. I feel like here, OG, a nigga be like,
rap, and that's why Trina's still successful to this day, because they said, hey man, let's try this. They did it was a skit. And that nigga was a skit. We created hip hop from the culture of, yo, we rocking the party. Yo, 1, 2, 1, 2. We in the house. Somebody hear me say, ho, oh. Say, I got this MC who's gonna turn it down. Yo, it's me, Mikey D from 35th. I rock this vibe and you hear it sip. And that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know it.
We started from that. We created something from nothing. That's the biggest culture in the world.
Absolutely.
At the time where it was disco, it was rock, it was all these elements. It was like, nah, this genre is not going to last.
Absolutely. Hey, OG, I don't want you to get misconfused.
So this is what I'm telling you. You got to understand that. All of y'all got to understand that. If everybody really understood the history of hip-hop and how it's important to understand 50 years of hip-hop, August 11, 1972, that this culture, not even about the music, this culture, because I grew up in the culture. I ain't graduated from high school. I listened to hip-hop. Rakim said self-esteem make it seem like the thought took years to build. I said, that sounds like confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
EPMD said total chaos, mass confusion, rhymes so hypnotizing that is causing illusion. That means it's like, oh, a nigga can make the rhyme fuck up a nigga head.
See, you're a true OG. I mean to cut you off. You're a true OG that listens to music, because this era, nobody knows Rakim, EPMD. We know because y'all paved the way. But this era don't know that music, Rakim. It's more so this era is a hard beat, nice hook, you gotta hit. It ain't about bars anymore. These kids don't want to hear bars. But listen, you try to play some ether in this club down in South Beach. Niggas just gonna be at the wall, at the bar.
Look at the results of it. There was no #1 songs this year for rap music.
That's crazy.
It's not crazy. It's
that's bullshit, though.
People getting caught up with the phone.
Yeah,
people caught up with these situations. It ain't nothing that got to do with the world at all. It's people. It's people and they programming. They've been colonized to the point where they just following. Like, I could tell you something and then you could tell him and tell that person, and now that becomes
a whole. Oh, yep.
That becomes the truth because that's what was said, but that doesn't mean it's a fact.
It's not. It's not.
But we gotta understand these things. We cannot just take these things from social media and say that they are facts. That's what this is about, man.
Right,
because we outside.
Outside.
Jay Grams in the building, man. It's going down. Simple vibes. Roll it out weekend, man. Here kicking that vibe.